Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. Got something that I want to share with you from Dr. Campbell. Y'all know he's a well respected um, physician, nurse educator, teacher, and he's been someone that I followed throughout the pandemic. I still follow him because he is one of the most truthful people who followed the medicine, followed the science. And initially he advised people based on the information that he received. But once he found out the truth, he's been on this tear to basically make sure that he informs us about what is going on with medicine, to include what's going on with this uh, digitalization of our health records, creation of these digital passports, so on and so forth. And so he did a video on the digital health certification that is currently in Europe that they are trying to implement all over the world. So I want to share with you what he recently put out. I think he put this out yesterday. So I'm going to share it with you so that you be able to keep up with the progress of this new world order that's coming online. It's coming fast, and I can't stress it enough. It's not hitting us here, because they know once it hits here, all hell gonna break loose. But I also think it's perfectly timed. I think they have a time that they want to institute all these things here because they got to get the entire infrastructure set up, and they have to experiment in other places to see how people are going to react, where they will get the most resistance. Notice that these things are being implemented in places where people cannot resist because, one, they don't have the um, ability to fight back in a way that's meaningful, or just because those people tend to be submissive. People take democracy for granted, and people have been psyoped so much and beaten down so much that they really don't have the willpower or desire to fight anymore. So basically, people are just, rolling over and taking whatever these governments are giving them, or not questioning anything anymore. They just blindly trust. And so it's easier to implement stuff in other places than it is here. Um, so listen to Dr. Campbell as far as what he's talking about with this digital health certification, because it's coming along with a lot of other things. So I have another video that I'm going to share with you, and it is about the lollipop and how the lollipop people who were lollipopped and who continue to get those boosts are spreading it through their breath. And it's a video by Dr. Bean. I also follow Dr. Bean. I follow Dr. Bean and Dr. Campbell throughout the pandemic. I still follow both of them. And I don't bring you too much stuff from them too often because um, YouTube is very much anti us spreading the truth. And all this, although this is information that people have been talking about 3 years ago, we were talking about it and folks thought we were crazy. Now here we are 3 years later, and they're telling us exactly what's happening, what we were saying 3 years ago, and nobody wanted to listen. So now we're here, and so people are just going to be like, "Oh, it's not a big deal still." So anyway, let me shut up so y'all can hear what Dr. Campbell got to say.
Come to this talk. It's Thursday, the 10th of August. Now, I've been working on excess deaths, which remain high for the data that we have for May 2023. But while I was researching that, I came across a really disturbing speech from the Secretary General of the World Health Organization talking about WHO global health certification. Now, bear in mind, they're still working on this power grab, this international health regulations things that governments around the world seem to be sleepwalking into. Now I'm going to play you a video now. Just look out for where he talks about the value of digital health that was highlighted in the SARS coronavirus pandemic. He talks about developing a digital infrastructure based on the European Union certification system, which was, as I understand it, a very efficient, thorough system for monitoring people's vaccination status, for example. Then he talks about a global health certification network. This is going to be a global endeavour. So wherever you go, your digital information will be there and be available. Now, this seems to have started already. They've taken the European Union model and they're sort of building on this now. This is for global public health and global public good, according to the Director General, former Ethiopian politician and academic. More data is going to be added soon, so more information about you will be on this global health certification network for global good. It's going to be accessible globally. He emphasizes that privacy is the key. I'm not going to comment on that. I'm just going to say, would you buy a second-hand car off this guy? He's talking about the next pandemic already. Is there some mind? Do they know something we don't? Cross-border records are going to be readily available. This is going to be necessary, apparently, because of migration, for example. So health records are going to be available anywhere. Accessible by whom? He doesn't actually point out. Administrative arrangements are being developed, and this is a vital infrastructure. Nowhere does he mention the global scandal of excess deaths. I know this speech is about global health certification, but I can't see it anywhere else either. So I'm going to play you the speech now. Look out for those key points. And it's just a very ominous development, as I see this. And countries around the world and populations around the world are just sleepwalking into this form of what some might consider totalitarianism. Watch the clip now.
The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the value of digital health solutions in facilitating access to health services. While the emergency phase of the COVID-19 pandemic is now over, investments in digital infrastructure remain an important resource for health systems and for economies and societies at large. Like many countries, the European Union made significant investments in COVID-19 certificates to help people move around as safely as possible during the pandemic. The European Union's certification system was used by all 27 EU member states and more than 50 other countries. Building on the success of the EU system, WHO is proud today to launch the Global Digital Health Certification Network. So thank you so much to European Union for the excellent certification system that you have transferred to us, and we have the chance to build on it. WHO will begin operations of the network today with the existing COVID-19 certificate as a global public good. Soon after, we will expand this infrastructure by incorporating other use, such as a digitized international certificate of vaccination, routine immunization cards, and international patient summaries. WHO will continue to work with all regions to ensure that the network is accessible globally, incorporating relevant experiences and standards from other countries and regions. It's important to emphasize that privacy is key. WHO will not have any access to any personal health data. We will only maintain a directory of the public keys that can be used to verify the authenticity of a member state's digital health records. The Global Digital Health Certification Network will be an important part of our efforts to strengthen health systems and support our member states to prepare better for the next epidemic or pandemic. The network could also play a crucial role in cross-border humanitarian situations. by ensuring people have access to their health records and credentials as they move across borders due to conflict, the climate crisis, and other emergencies. WHO would like to thank again the European Commission for its partnership and support, and for advocating the EU member states and other participants that they migrate to the WHO network. I also thank the EU and WHO teams who worked hard to bring us to this moment. We very much value the European Commission's technical and financial support, and we very much hope that support will continue. WHO looks forward to implementing this administrative arrangement and furthering our collaboration so that all member states can equitably reap the benefits of this vital digital public infrastructure.
Well, there we have it. I don't think it's a deep fake. So all that alarming material I put out to you at the beginning was not to ruin your day. It's because that is my interpretation of what he said. Governments around the world really need to start taking notice of this. It's really quite an ominous development in my view. But that's just me. Don't let me influence you. Just take his words and work out what they mean for yourself and the implications that they have for you, your family, your area, your country, and our collective futures. Thank you for watching.
All right, y'all. So y'all see the New World Order is already in full swing. They don't have too many more pieces to put into place. And I just firmly believe now they need all the different crises to happen in order for them to force us into the option that they want us to take. So again, you need to be figuring out how you're going to get out of this system, because it's going to be almost impossible to exist in it without being tracked and traced. They keep talking about privacy, but we all know there is no such thing as privacy when you use technology. If you connect to anything wirelessly or electronically, there is an IP address that can be traced back to you. If you share your information, y'all know they always have fine print. And so if you allow somebody to access anything of yours, you give them permission to share it with other people. So there's no such thing as privacy. So they keep talking about privacy and saying all this nice stuff. But if you've lived and through any period of this technological revolution that we've had over the last, say, 20, 30 years, you know, there's no such thing as privacy. You know, anything that you use, we don't control it, we don't own it. So, and a lot of these healthcare providers are not going to be able to opt out. So that's the other thing, because of how the money flows. It's all about money at the end of the day. Money comes from the federal government. If you get federal funds, or if you, even if you have health insurance, you know, a lot of providers accept Medicare, Medicaid. If they accept those types of insurance, or if they get a grant to do something, if they get that money, they have to participate in whatever they have to do, follow the rules of the government. And so you're going to have a lot of hospitals that are going to sell your information. Hospitals are buying up big old systems and, you know, private doctors' offices. And so their territory is expanding. And a lot of times you don't even know it. You may get a letter that says, hey, our doctor office is now under blah, blah, blah healthcare system. Well, when you receive that, that means that doctor has bought into this new system that is coming online, because all these hospitals receive federal funding, all of them. And if they don't receive federal funding, they receive payments from government insurance. So, you know, you kind of have to really be thinking along the lines of how are you going to take care of your health, without being in a system, which is why I've been so on this, making sure that you have whatever you need to take care of yourself on your property at all levels. And then you need to have a system of people, have people in your circle who are nurses, or if you're fortunate enough to be in circles where excuse me, physicians, or even combat medics, people who have been in the military and practice medicine. That's helpful because they know how to do anything. You'll have a combat medic that can basically sew a leg back on, been into the military, been out in the field. So, you don't know who is in your circle, but it's really important for you to establish the types of people in your community who have those types of skill sets, and who you can ask or who you can rely on if you have illness. But again, making sure you have your own things on your own property, making sure you're getting seeds and medicinal, holistic uh, plants and different things to help you navigate what's coming. We don't know how far we're going to have to go up into and through this new world order. We don't know how much suffering we will have to watch, or we may have to endure ourselves until we're delivered supernaturally or via Exodus. Howsoever it happens, we need to be ready, because these people have pulled the trigger on their agendas, and there are multiple agendas working at one time. So again, this digital health certification is coming. It's already in Europe. They were pushing it at the beginning of the so a lot of people pushed back, but not enough people pushed back. And so now is here. And most people don't know about it because people are asleep. People are still going to the doctor, using these electronic health record systems, having their data put into it, participating in all these employee health incentive programs where they're collecting data, entering it into a health system so they know all the health issues that people have. And so when it's time to pull the trigger, folks are not going to know what hit them. But I'm trying to wake my people up so my people will know what is coming. So be ready. Get your health care stuff together. Get yourself in order. Take care of your health. Start detoxing. If you're going to travel, you need to travel now while you still can freely, because the day is coming where you're not going to be able to leave from outside of your community, or you may have to buckle down, hunker down, and hide. So occupy while you can, but keep watch always. So, this is Marley K. Please like this video, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, consider subscribing to my Rumble and Odyssey channels in the event that this channel is taken down. Hit that bell notification so that you will be notified every time I upload new content, because so much stuff is coming out now, I can't hardly keep up with it. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. I do not post regularly, but in the event that something happens, like I'm taken down from YouTube or get another strike, I will notify you there. So if you don't hear from me in a couple days, check on the social media platforms. I don't have another YouTube channel. I'm not even going through the hassle, because really and truly it's about time for us to start relinquishing our technology. Now, that's just my 2 cents. You don't have to. I'm going to use it, and I have to use it until I can't. But I've made peace with the fact that I'm not going to be able to use it. And when that time comes, I'm at peace with it. I'm not going to cry because I can't get on social media. I'm not going to cry because I can't share warnings with y'all. I've spoon fed my people, and hopefully you are strong enough and awakened enough so that you can put the rest of the pieces together. You're watching, you're preparing, you're understanding what time it is, where we are in the fall of Babylon, and you're making your plans accordingly. Keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High. Try to dispel all your disbelief or your unbelief, because that is something that's going to get us put in the lake of fire. Repent daily for sins of commission and sins of omission. Make sure you are repenting and seeking the Most High for wisdom and guidance on how to navigate the fall in Babylon. Lastly, pray for our brothers and sisters all over the globe scattered. Pray for scattered Israel, and pray for our people, the tribe of Judah. We're going to need it, because we are some sleeping folks and we are not going to know what hit us. Um, Pray for strength for those of us who are awakened and who are doing what we are supposed to do, so that we have the courage to stand for what we need to stand for and protect ourselves when we need to protect ourselves, even against our own people, because those are the people that's going to attack us first, even the people in your household, even the people in your family. So just be ready. Pray for strength and endurance, because we need to endure to the end. That's what this channel is all about. Present truth, enduring to the end. All right, y'all. This is Marley K. Love y'all, and I'm out.